Hello, cinephiles, and welcome to our fourth episode of Silver Screen Sips, a podcast where three idiots talk about movies and discuss the imminent collapse of the world government.
Woo! Oh my God.
My name is Big Lou, and I'm your special guest. Coming up right now are your hosts, my good friends, Bethany and Isaiah. Please take it away.
Hello.
It is us. It is I.
Today we're going to be talking about episode 4 of Star Wars, which is A New Hope. We have finished with the prequels, and now we're in the originals. And we're going to mention, of course, beforehand that there are going to be spoilers ahead for movies and shows, so you can keep listening, but you have been warned.
Although if you have not seen A New Hope by now, it's been nearly 50 years.
Yeah,
my friends.
Go fucking literally can probably watch it for free somewhere at this point.
Not the original.
Oh, wait, no, it's on Disney Plus now. Fuck. So we have lots of news. Lots of news today, guys.
I thought she said nudes. I was
Lots
like,
of nudes?
No.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Boy.
If you donate to... No, I'm just kidding.
That's the top tier of the Patreon, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, no, actually, we have a special link at the end. It's only Lou. Anyway.
Oh my God. So, anyway, here we go. I got them written down so I don't forget all of our news today. Also, we have big news at the... Yes. We also have a big announcement. There we go. That's a better word. We also have a big announcement at the end of this episode, so stay tuned for that as well. But I'm going to give you guys a little taste of what's in store now as well. Okay, so first off, if you listened to our last episode, then you know we're trying to get to 100 followers across all of our platforms to get Lewis to get a tattoo of I am one with the Force is with me across his chest. So please help us by following us on our Instagram at Silver Screen Sips, or subscribing to our YouTube channel, which is also Silver Screen Sips. We are currently at, what did I say earlier, 47 overall followers. So we are almost halfway there. We can do this. we have until the end of this season, which is episode 10. So we have a couple more weeks. We have 6 weeks to get this done. I think we can definitely do this, and I have faith in you guys. So please share this with people so we can get to 100, because I really want to see Lewis get his his chest tattooed.
Or wherever I end up deciding to put it, since it's going to be a semi-large tattoo.
Oh, yes, if it doesn't fit.
Right across the cheeks.
Yes.
Right across the cheeks. And
Hell
we'll get a nice video.
Oh, yeah. Immediately demonetized.
You mean immediately monetized?
Oh, only
depends
Lou.
where you post it. Depends where you post it.
If you want it on the ass, then you have to go over to onlylou.com.
You want the uncensored version.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Also, just want to mention now we are officially on Spotify. We're currently working on getting onto iTunes. We will let you guys know when that happens. We will post about it on our Instagram. So for those of you who do follow us on Instagram, you probably already knew that we're on Spotify. But all of our previous episodes are on there too, so be sure to catch up if you haven't. And that's also Silver Screen Sips that you can find us on Spotify.
Rate us 5 stars.
Oh, yes. Rate us as well if you can, because that will help us to see how we're doing and help us improve and give you better content. Anyways, yes, that is my whole spiel. Again, like I said, stay tuned at the end. We have another big announcement. But anyways, I'm done talking. I'm going to shut up now. Lewis, go ahead.
Okay.
Whenever you want.
Sorry. I was laughing. I'm sorry.
You're good.
So for today's segment of Big Lou's Big Brews, to keep in theme with our next trilogy of the greatest franchise ever created, we have the Death Star.
Death Star?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to read you guys the description here, since this one is also from a website that has a little bit of a backstory to this. While life may be all sunshine and Disney magic in Orlando, at Taverna Opa, bartender Alex Attart, I'm sorry if I butchered his last name there, likes to take a walk on the dark side of life. Here, his homage to the Imperial superweapon skews the color of Darth Vader's cape with good use of Jägermeister digestif and Coca-Cola.
Jägermeister? Oh my god!
Oh no, see, you're in for it because this one's interesting. He also makes a nifty little ice orb replica of the Death Star for extra empirical effect, but regular cubes will do just fine.
That's adorable.
I know, I agree. This one's really simple to make as compared to some of the others because you don't have to do anything special. You literally just put everything into the glass and mix, like stir it and drink. So our ingredients include Jägermeister, Gentleman Jack Tennessee whiskey, Grey Goose vodka, triple sec, sour mix, and our good friend Dr. Kyle's favorite, Coca-Cola.
Hey.
Oh yes, he's freaking out right now. I can see it.
Man of taste.
It is a 1-to-1 ratio on all the liquor, and then it is a 2-ounce ratio for the sour mix and Coca-Cola.
But if you're Kyle, it is 90% Coca-Cola, and the rest is the alcohol.
Yeah. In either case, all you do is add your ingredients to your Collins glass over ice, and then you stir. I would personally love to try this, even though Jägermeister is disgusting.
Indeed.
But
I don't think I've ever had Jägermeister.
it is like licorice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. It has the consistency of it as well.
Liquid licorice.
Yeah.
Essentially.
The worst thing to ever exist on this planet.
What a shame.
Okay. So, what would you rate it again? What did you say?
You didn't get that far.
Well, yeah, we didn't get that far. I just said I would love to try it. But based on the Death Star motif here and also the name, I'm going to give it a 4.
Oh, okay. Is it like a sipping drink or... Yeah, right? It's a sipping drink, not so much like a shot.
It's not it's definitely not a shot. I wouldn't call it like a sipping drink like you would with like a nice whiskey or something like that. I feel like this is kind of like a twist on a Long Island almost.
Yeah. I love Long Islands. Okay, so Isaiah, what would you rate it?
So I don't know how I feel about licorice, like liquid licorice. I don't know how I feel about that. I've never had Jägermeister. So I give it a 3 out of 5 because I just really want a Death Star ice cube or ice ball. And I'm also a vodka kind of guy, so I don't mind that. I'm a vodka guy. Lou, what are you?
He's an alcohol guy.
Anything goes.
No, I actually tend to not like rum that much, but whiskey is my go-to.
So he's a whiskey.
Yeah,
Wait, Beth, and you?
I'm not a big rum. Well, except unless we're talking hurricane proof, then I am a big rum fan. I would also say I am a whiskey fan now. I used to not be, but like I've lately been more and more whiskey.
We have shown her the light.
2 whiskeys and a vodka.
What were we talking about?
Your rating?
Right. My rating. I would probably give it like a...
Why is there periods at the end of all of our words?
3 out of 5, I think.
Because her name is William Shatner.
Well, I had to think about it. I think I'd give it a 3 just because I don't know how I feel, like Isaiah, I don't know how I feel about the licorice thing, but the Death Star cube is cool. So
my name is Bethany. I think that this thing deserves 3 stars.
Oh my God.
Bethany Shatner.
I don't even know what this episode is anymore.
It's still evolving. Oh no.
All right, so we all rated it. So let's move on because we've sidetracked a lot here. We have a listener's question today. Again, if you guys have any questions you want to ask us, you can email us at silverscreensips@gmail.com and ask us questions and we will answer them gladly. So this one is from Eddie Swade. And he asked us, if Disney were to create a new Star Wars trilogy, would you prefer it to be Old Republic, High Republic, or something brand new after the sequels?
Lou, you want to take this one first?
What in tarnation is the fucking High Republic?
What in tarnation?
Is that the Galactic Empire?
No, it's not the Galactic Empire. The High Republic is, I'm going to tell you right now. 1 second.
Everybody's frantically.
Oh, I'm Googling it right now. Roughly 200 years before the Star Wars films and 800 years after the fall of the Old Republic.
Wait, does the High Republic even exist anymore since they literally got rid of they retconned literally everything from the books?
No. Sorry. With the release of the final trilogy, they expanded the universe a lot through the like cinematic book they released or some shit, and a lot of stuff became included. You also learned that some of the Star Destroyers and stuff in episode 9 were named after characters from the Old Republic and High Republic. It actually, one of the things I really liked that happened because of that was they basically made Revan and other things canon.
Again,
through that.
After retconning him.
Yes, right. Anyway, I would personally prefer a Old Republic film series. I think it's actually in the works, if I've heard the rumors. But I'm also biased in being a huge fan of the Old Republic and Revan and so on and so forth, thanks to the Knights of the Old Republic games.
I knew that was going to be the answer too, because of the game.
Yeah,
we know him so
and
well.
I think, and I also think, I'm not sure if Keanu is supposed to play Revan in the
There's
new
been concept
remake.
art of him.
Yeah,
I'd let it happen.
that would be incredible. I would let a lot of things happen with Keanu.
Oh, to find out at onlyloose.com. I say, go ahead.
I think any era would do, but because so there's the original trilogy is there's the Old Republic, and then there's the Republic is the prequel trilogy.
New Republic?
That's New Republic.
There is the New Republic. There's the Old Republic and the High Republic and the Low Republic and no, I'm just kidding.
The mid-tier Republic, they weren't really that popular.
There's the Old Republic, which is like 3,000 years before the film.
Republic.
Old Republic's
the middle class Republic.
God damn it. There's the Old Republic, which is like 3,000 years before A New Hope. There's the High Republic, which is supposed to be like, I think, 200 before the prequels or something, or whatever you said earlier. There is the Galactic Republic, which was the birth of the Empire, and then there was the New Republic after the collapse of the Empire.
Yes.
Where's the First Order fit into this?
The First Order is part of the New Republic.
Part of the New Republic, okay. So I don't really care much for the New Republic. I feel like it's just dumb.
I mean, it's interesting, but it needs to be done different. But continue.
To be honest, so what? What's the Lost Order? The Last Order? The one with Cal in it. What's the one with Cal in it? The video game.
The Jedi Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. Now, the reason I like Fallen Order so much is not the level design. I'll give you that. The level design.
Lost Order.
I hated the level design in the Fallen Order, but I did love the because the Fallen Order takes place during like the First Order era, right? Or like after that.
It's just after the. It's not long after Order 66, so it's actually during the Empire.
Okay, so it's that little area in between where they're building the Galactic Empire.
Yeah, kind of. It's somewhere in the middle. I think it's already kind of been built. Spoiler for the end of the game, since Vader is in it. But
true.
I never finished the game. I still haven't.
Great. It's got a good story. The game.
I literally rage quit so fast in that game because I suck at that fighting style, like that kind of fighting game. And I literally just cannot finish it because I get mad so easily in that game.
It's a good game, and I like that era. Well, not that era. It refers a lot to the Old Republic so they're taking it's in that era of the Galactic Empire becoming bigger and bigger, but they keep on referencing and they kind of go in like tombs and like it's kind of like an Indiana Jones like history hunt of relics and crap like that of stuff from the previous eras. Which I like that. That's what I would like to see. I would like to see a trilogy kind of like after everything has fallen apart and they kind of have to just like pick up the pieces and they kind of have to go to like the ancient tombs and all the stuff and figure out the way of the Jedi, stuff like that. I feel like if they had to choose an era, they were trying to focus a new on it. I feel like it would have to just be like everything. If so far in the future where everything's just dead, there's no point. The Jedi are gone. The Sith is dead. The Empire doesn't exist anymore, and it's just them trying to figure out the past.
Yeah.
And don't kill the past. They're literally just going to try to see what happened. That's all I need.
I was going to say, I think that I would agree with Lewis. I would be most interested in the Old Republic. Just because like I've seen almost like concept trailers on YouTube and stuff of the Old Republic. And if they ever did anything like that and they actually stuck to like a good story and didn't, Disneyfy it, it could possibly be one of my favorites. Like I feel like I would really enjoy it.
You remember? Okay, I think last episode we mentioned like there should be a what if show.
Yes. I still love that idea.
What if, but on Star Wars, they have to take a bunch of concepts from like the retconned books. They don't have to include them. They don't have to include them. Nothing can be canon. They can pull like a Halo and just have none of the show be canon, but just have interesting concepts.
I have an idea.
And I would. Okay, what's your idea? I'll go with mine after.
So there's a comic book where Han Solo and Chewbacca accidentally crash on Earth, like our Earth, with the Millennium Falcon, and so then Chewbacca basically like stays on land or something. I could be missing a few details, but basically he becomes Bigfoot. That's literally the comic, and I would be 100% down for that to be the first episode.
100%. This has to happen.
Come on,
I can't stop thinking about that now. I want it. I want it.
Disney, we want credit for these ideas.
Yes.
God dang it. Well,
I just want a big thank you at the end. That's all.
Isaiah, your idea, really quick.
My idea is have the it's called the virus duology, which consists of Star Wars Red Harvest and Star Wars Death Troopers, which is basically takes place on like galactic the Star Destroyer.
Yes.
But there's a zombie virus going around.
Ooh, so like
It's The Walking Dead. It is The Walking Dead on a Star Destroyer with a bunch of clone troopers.
That sounds right up my alley. Because I used to love The Walking Dead. I love zombies and I love Star Wars. So that's perfect.
There's a thing called the Galaxy of Fears series, which I guess is like a bunch of horror concepts in Star Wars, which I don't know, maybe make that into its own thing. That would be pretty cool.
So now that we've answered your question, thanks, Eddie, for yours. Yeah, thank you for your emailing us. Again, if anyone else has any questions, we are more than happy to sidetrack from it. Just email us at silverscreensips@gmail.com. And let's move on to my question, which should be a little bit quicker, hopefully. And it is, what was the last movie you watched and how was it?
Oh, God.
Isaiah, you go first because you probably saw one like today.
It wasn't today. It was last night. Okay.
Thank you very much.
It was actually not.
It was actually yesterday. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Don't
8,
actually count the hours.
Oh my God.
I've actually seen like 10, maybe 12 movies in the last week.
Jesus.
Gee, he watches a lot of movies. That's why I always refer to him.
Okay, but what was the last movie you watched since we're
Hold up. Because I'm going to tell a story. I had originally a list. I had actually written out an actual list, not written, but like I typed out an actual list of every single movie I've ever seen in my lifetime.
That's a lot of movies.
And then my friend says, "Hey, you know this app exists, right?" And then so I had to then transfer that entire list into the app.
It's an amazing app. He got me on it. It's called Letterboxd. And you can basically write every single movie you've seen. You can review them, you can rate them, and you can also like follow your friends and see what they rate stuff as well. And like add things to your watch list on there. It's cool. I like it. I like seeing the shit talking that Isaiah puts. It's really funny.
Oh yeah. Like this is like on my Instagram, I post like my serious reviews, but then on here I put all the joke ones.
My favorite one that I think I've ever written was, I forget what movie it was, but I think I just wrote, well, it was a movie.
Wasn't that Elizabeth Olsen movie? Like Mary Marie, something like that? Oh, no. It was the clown one. It was the stupid clown one.
Oh, yeah. That's what it was. I forgot we watched that. Okay, so what was the last movie you watched, Isaiah?
Okay, well, I've seen 1,729 movies in my entire lifetime. And the last one I saw was The Men Who Stare at Goats.
I've never heard of that.
All right. So imagine if those Coen brothers made a movie, but then they fired the Coen brothers and had some other guy do it.
Who are they?
Coen brothers? Oh my God. The Coen brothers, they directed
ignorant fool.
Yeah, I know.
Like I probably know who they are. Like I know who they are by the name, but what movies have they done?
They made Hail Caesar, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, True Grit, Inside Llewyn Davis, Blood Simple, Burn After Reading, A Serious Man, The Big Lebowski. I don't know any of those.
I know them. I've never seen any of them, but
they're very good.
Okay, so you saw this movie. Okay.
Now it has they're very known for having like what do you call it? Having like a specific cast, like George Clooney's in a lot of them, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very quirky. Like they have a lot of like weird humor.
Mm-hmm.
However, this movie was not directed by them, and you wouldn't be surprised if you thought it was, because it felt like a mimic of them. So it wasn't very good.
Interesting.
So that's what the last movie I saw. So that's what I watched last night.
So I have two because I watched two like back to back, and I don't remember which one was the last one. So I'll do mine very briefly. Actually, so I watched Antlers recently, which is a horror movie about a Wendigo. And that was a horror movie. It was very generic. It was 2.5 for me out of 5. It just felt very like basic, where it was like, okay, yeah, this is just playing not every trope from a horror movie, but it was just like, okay, there's nothing standing out about this. At first, I had hope. I thought maybe it would be interesting. And then within like the first 15 minutes of the movie, you see the monster and everything is ruined. So I saw that one recently, and I saw an American Crime, which I enjoyed it, but I think if it was made today, it would be so much better. For those of you who don't know what that one's about, that's based off of a true crime case that happened during, I think it was the 1960s or the 1970s, Sylvia Likens, of her case. I'm not going to go in depth on what happens, but if you're interested in true crime, definitely look into her case, because it is so fucked up, and it has been a case that has stuck with me for a long time since I heard it on And That's Why We Drink, actually. I went down a deep hole after I listened to that episode where they talked about it. So, Lewis, do you have your film?
I couldn't find the other one I actually watched, so I'm going to go with the other two that I've seen recently. Both of them were Nicolas Cage movies. One is called Pig, one is called Primal. Once again, Nicolas Cage, you never cease to amaze me with the range of your movie being awesome or fucking terrible. Personally, I think Pig is actually a pretty well done film for what it's whatever it's following, whatever the story is, versus Primal is some dumb shit you just watch for the satisfaction of people dying or something.
Oof.
Primal he is a animal smuggler. So he'll like smuggle like monkeys and tigers and all this shit and make money off that. But he actually genuinely cares about these animals. He's not like a fucking, poacher. So he catches this white jaguar, I think, and he's trying to smuggle it somewhere. And instead of going on a plane or anything, he's got to go on this big ass ship across the ocean, And for some reason, there is no earthly idea that would explain why this is what's happening. On the same boat, they put a military trained psychopath.
What?
Yes, on the same fucking boat as these animals that are being transported, there is a military trained absolute sociopath. So as you can expect, the sociopath gets out. They have to try to catch him on the ship. He kills almost everyone on the ship except for Nicolas Cage and like 3 other people. And then Nicolas Cage ends up feeding him to the white jaguar. So,
okay.
The other film I watched, I know I told you guys about this. I didn't discuss it on the podcast. It's called Pig. It revolves around Nicolas Cage is a former celebrity chef. When his wife died, he decided to retreat into the woods and just kind of live on his own with this pig. I think the pig was like the last living memory he has of his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a truffle pig. One of the things that he does is like when he finds these truffles, he's selling it to this one guy who is like the distributor for restaurants in the city. And what ends up happening is that someone kidnaps the pig, and Nicolas Cage is like, I need to find my pig. Yeah, I think it was well done. I think as far as Nicolas Cage movies, it's actually something that was like entertaining to watch.
I've seen it, or not like actually seen it, but like I've seen it on social media, and like I've heard of it a lot, and I've heard really good things about it. So I'll have to give it a watch, I guess, someday. What's it on? HBO?
It's on Hulu.
Yeah, it's on Hulu right now.
Oh, okay. Look at you, Hulu.
Oh my God, I missed it in theaters. I wish I watched it in theaters.
Isaiah, do you have any facts for us today?
Yeah.
I do.
I don't know a lot about the originals, like fact-wise, so I'm excited for these.
there were a lot. Like I had to go. I have a lot today. Actually, I have a buttload, and there was a lot more I could have put on here because like literally it was actually a very interesting way they made this movie.
I watched it. I don't know if you guys ever watched the documentary of the making of the originals, but it was a it was shit show central.
Oh yes, it was.
So I'm excited for this.
All right, so we'll start off with this main fact that adjusted for inflation, by the way. So it's not what it originally made, but like had the money been what it is today, or 2020 is the last time they did the math for it. Star Wars is the highest grossing film of all time, behind Titanic, Avatar, and Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, Gone with the Wind is number one for some reason.
Avengers isn't up there.
This is inflation. Things.
Oh,
So
okay.
if the movie came out today and had made the same amount of money, it would have made back, like if the numbers were the same, it would have blown Avengers out of the freaking sky.
Wow.
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind, yes. The Star Wars was be number 4 on that list. Now, ironically, Titanic and Avatar are both directed by James Cameron. So the man has
I'm noticing I'm noticing a
trend there.
Yes, that's the word.
Ironically, James Cameron was inspired by Star Wars when he went to go see it in theaters in 1997 to quit his job as a truck driver and to make movies, surpassing his inspiration. So the man saw Star Wars, says, I want to join the film industry, and then made 2 of the highest grossing movies of all time above the movie that inspired him.
I wish, bro.
What you're telling me is James Cameron went to see Star Wars, said, this is shit, I can make something better. And went on to make 2 of the highest grossing films of all time.
So the sound. So I'm going to tell you how the lightsaber noises were made. All right. Sound designer Ben Burt made the iconic lightsaber sound. He combined the sounds of a 35 millimeter projector because it used to be a projection inside a movie theater. Not a movie theater. I'm sorry. I think he was at his college. And then he found a TV tube, like the back of a regular TV. That made like a general hum, and he put those sounds together, and that is the lightsaber hum that you hear. And then he put it on a giant speaker in a room, and then took a mic and just started swinging it back and forth in front of the speaker, and using the Doppler effect is how you get the swinging noises.
I just want to know, like, what made them even think to do that, you know?
Well, there's an interview with the guy actually, and he explains the whole process. And he was given with the task of finding out he was given the task of getting Chewbacca's noises together. He was in the process trying to get that, and then he just happened to be like, I guess, doing his projection stuff, and he heard the projector, and he got, that's a pretty good sound. And so he went and grabbed the recorder and stuck it in there, because I guess there's a couple fans that go in there, so it gives it like a general hum. That gives it like a distinct noise. And then he just happened to find a TV tube and he just recorded that too. And that's how that came to be.
Interesting. I like it.
Yep. Originally, Chewbacca was supposed to be green alien with gills.
See, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like it. It's a no from me.
Well, if you want to see it fully visualized, the concept was later used Zeb from Star Wars Rebels.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, that's what Chewbacca would have probably looked like, something like that. Okay. Now we're going to get into people who could have played Princess Leia.
Hell yeah.
Hold on to your seats, people. All right. We have Jodie.
Hold on to your hat.
Oh, yeah. Hold on to your hats.
Please say Jodie Fincher.
Who the hell is Jodie Fincher?
Who am I thinking?
Jodie Foster?
Jodie Foster. Who the fuck is Jodie Fincher?
It's like David Fincher's wife or something.
Oh, okay. Who? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, Jodie Foster.
Hey.
Jodie Foster. She was only 12 at the time, though. But she turned it. Yeah, but she turned it down due to scheduling conflicts with Taxi Driver at the time.
Oh.
It was filming.
So it was possible. She's 12 in Taxi Driver.
Okay. I don't remember what I'm thinking of.
Okay. Well, the magnificent Jodie Foster would have been our Princess Leia had she not been filming Taxi Driver at the same time.
And also 12 years old.
That's also, well, no, actually they offered her the job. She had to turn it down because she couldn't go to sets. I do wonder if my math is maybe wrong on that.
She was born in 1962, so she was indeed 12 or 13 at the time of filming.
Thank you.
That's
okay.
So weird.
Just going to confirm that. But okay, yeah. All right. Another person would have been Sigourney Weaver, pre-Alien fame.
Okay, I would have been down for that.
Could you imagine?
She's a very, honestly, I'm sensing a trend here with this like powering, don't give a fuck kind of woman. And I like it.
Well, you have to remember, Sigourney Weaver was not famous at this time. This was like, I think like her second gig that she auditioned
like
for.
that's like, I mean, Princess Leia, fucking Carrie Fisher was not either. You know, that was like her first film. So,
oh, you mean like all the vibes of the
yeah. No, I'm saying the actresses. They're all very similar personalities.
You know what? True.
Carrie Fisher was also wild as fuck.
Oh, I loved Carrie Fisher.
I have a fact about Carrie Fisher later on. You're gonna love it.
Yay! Okay, continue.
Next would be Meryl Streep.
Nope. Okay. Well, we backtracked. We were going in the right direction. Unless we're talking like Devil Wears Prada, Meryl Streep, then yes.
It would have been pre Devil Wears Prada, Meryl Streep, but yeah.
Very pre. Like 30 years pre.
I'm speaking like that kind of character. Like she could probably play it, but
the devil. Kim Basinger. Kim Basinger. I usually pronounce it Kate Basinger. I'm very sorry, Basinger, whoever it is. She's the woman from LA Confidential. Oh my gosh, she's in Batman. Who the hell is she playing Batman? Is it Catwoman? It's Vicky Vale. She plays Vicky Vale from Batman. That's what it was.
Whoop. I was off.
Glenn Close.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know where that one came from, but Glenn Close came close to it. Again, Glenn Close came close.
That would have been. She's a talented actress, but I just don't see her as.
Why is her name Glenn?
Why is your name Lewis?
Damn.
Because my grandfather.
Okay, well now I feel like shit.
Alive, it's okay.
Oh, okay then. You're fine.
I think that's what I immediately thought when I said that. I was like, oh, that sounds like he's dead.
Sorry, Grandpa. All right, and then our last person would have been Farrah Fawcett.
Really?
What? Really?
Yep.
I don't even know if she really did that, like acting.
Isn't Farrah Fawcett from where I think she is? Is she from?
She's from Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, she's Charlie's Angels, like, Cannonball Run, Logan's Run.
But I mean, like, I didn't think she did that, like, that many. Like, I thought she was more known for like her hair stuff.
I was gonna say it's more for the poster, so but you know.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm really wrong. I'm a Gen Z. What do I know?
Nothing.
Crap, you're right.
I know.
Anyway,
I literally would have never known who she was if it weren't for Stranger Things. Does that really makes me Gen Z?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't associate myself with anyone. With neither party. I am neither millennial nor Gen Z.
She made 18 movies.
Is that why you've been counting this whole time? I was like,
in the background. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, well, you know what? I retract my statement.
But that was between 1969 and 2004.
Anyway, continuing. Anyway.
Again, we got sidetracked. Go again.
All right. Now, this one's going to surprise you. All right. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Alec Guinness hates Star Wars.
I actually knew that one.
Yeah. All right. Obi-Wan here, the original.
Dumb, didn't
he? He had a severe hatred for Star Wars. He thought the script was very dumb. He didn't care for all the lightsaber crap and all that stuff. I think the most act of hatred towards Star Wars is in an article to The Guardian. Alec Guinness hated Star Wars so much he convinced George Lucas to kill off Obi-Wan in the first episode. In reality, so he convinced him that it'd be better for his character to die, when in reality, he said, I couldn't go on speaking those bloody, awful, banal lines anymore. I've had enough of the mumbo jumbo, and that's why he just wanted off the set and he wouldn't do it. And then he went as far when he was approached by a 12-year-old fan who said that they watched the movie more than 100 times, and he made the boy promise that he would never see Star Wars ever again.
Wow.
That's how much this man hates Star Wars.
I can't support that.
I can't either.
All right, now we're going to get into people who could have played Han Solo.
Oh.
Someone that's not Harrison Ford.
I was going to say no one can replace him.
Could you imagine Al Pacino?
Al Pacino?
Al Pacino was offered the role.
No.
Yes. So Al Pacino there's a universe out there where Al Pacino is Han Solo, and he turned down the role.
Why?
I think he didn't want to get like attached to any like franchises. I think it was something like that. He felt like he could do better roles. I think was his thing.
Fuck?
But yeah, so he turned it down. But Al Pacino was offered it. So if another university accepted that. Another one is Kurt Russell, whose audition tape is online. You can find his audition tape.
Really? Oh, jeez.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Which I know, right? Sylvester Stallone.
Seriously?
Sylvester Stallone, pre Rocky fame. He auditioned for it. This is during when he was like living out of his car, I believe. Now, another person that was offered it was Robert Englund. England, who, aka Freddy Krueger.
Really?
Oh, I was like, who is that?
Yeah, Freddy Krueger was offered the role of it. He didn't take it, and he's the one who actually urged his friend Frank Hamill. I mean, not Frank. Wrong with me, Mark Hamill.
I was like, who the fuck?
Frank Hamill.
Sorry, I was looking at a different name on there. But Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund and Mark Hamill were both friends, and he's the one who encouraged him to audition.
Huh.
Yeah, so you can thank Freddy Krueger for having the greatest Luke Skywalker.
Thanks, Freddie.
Also, Burt Reynolds was offered, but he turned down the role, and he later regretted it.
Yeah. I mean,
Reynolds?
yeah. Honestly, okay, out of everyone, he probably would be the best option.
Really?
It surely beats our next one. Bill Murray.
Wait, what?
Bill Murray. Yes.
Oh, Bill Murray.
Yeah.
What?
Bill Murray.
No. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, Bill Murray. What the fuck? No, Bill Murray is just no. That's
He's too comedic. I think because they originally wanted him. I think they wanted Han Solo to become more comedic, and so they were going to get Bill Murray. But then they realized, no, we're going to have him like a tough guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we continue. So George Lucas was so sure this movie would flop that instead of attending the premiere, he went on vacation to Hawaii with his good friend Steven Spielberg. They came up with Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah. They said they wanted to make a James Bond without the hardware. So, and that's where Indiana Jones came from.
They went to Hawaii and they were like, "Hey, yo, homeboy stealing gold statue and being chased by a large boulder."
And George Lucas was like, "Hey, I know a guy."
Oh yeah. Also, here's a great one. George Lucas, the warmonger. How about this?
Oh my God.
George Lucas almost started a war between Libya and Tunisia. Or Tunisia. Yeah, he almost started a war between Libya and Tunisia.
Yes.
How?
So they're filming in the Sahara Desert, right? And it's near the border of Libya.
Oh, I heard about this, but continue.
And so here's the giant Jawa sand crawler that was being filmed nearby. And because of the tank shreds, Libya thought that Tunisia was ramping up for war. It was about to start a conflict. And so the Libyan government told the Tunisian government, "Hey, back your tanks up or we're gonna come and fight you." And the Tunisian government had to explain, no, it's a movie. And they told George Lucas, yeah, you should probably move the tanks back before we start getting tank shells.
Oh my God. That's I am at a loss for words on this one. I really don't know how to reply to that. That's wild.
Fucking wild, bro.
It's fucking wild, man.
According to Carrie Fisher, the actors found that George Lucas would be very uncommunicative towards them. His only directions were generally being like faster or more intense.
The porn director.
Oh my God. George Lucas, the porn star.
I said porn director, not porn star.
He's not in it.
Porn director. My bad.
Prior to the release, George Lucas showed an early rough cut to a group of his movie director friends, which also there's a video.
Steven Spielberg's there.
Yes, he is. Actually, so out of everybody, there's actually a video of him all reacting to the first cut. Oh no, I'm sorry, the first cut of the prequels. That's a different thing. But there's one. He did the same thing with this movie, and according to Lucas, this version still contained a lot of stock footage from like old war movies because the movie was based off like old war footage, like between World War II. In attendance, in place there was the war footage was in place of like the special effects shots because obviously they hadn't filmed it yet. Most of the people in the room had a "What were you thinking?" Response toward it. Director Brian De Palma reportedly called it the worst movie ever. Nearly everyone, including Lucas, felt the movie would be a flop. The only dissenter was Steven Spielberg, who predicted that the film would be the biggest movie of all time and make millions of dollars. Lucas admitted that everybody in the room looked at Steven and thought, "Poor Steven." Steven Spielberg was the bestest friend. He was the only guy who had faith in George.
What a guy. This just makes me love him more. I love Steven
Mr.
Spielberg. Mr. Spiel.
Mr. Spiel.
Little Mr.
You mind if I
Spiel.
call you Burger?
Can I call you Burger? Now, in a 2019 tweet, Mark Hamill confirmed that he had, in fact, bursted a blood vessel in his eye from holding his breath for too long while doing the trash compactor scene. They then had to film from only one side as he healed. George Lucas later told him that he should have just told him that that happened because the lighting and the red filters would have made no difference, so they didn't need to do that.
Oh, my God.
Due to a limited budget, the American cast members and crew, including George Lucas, all decided to fly coach. Oh, here's the Carrie Fisher one. Yeah, they all decided to fly coach to England rather than first class. When Carrie Fisher's mother, Debbie Reynolds, by the way,
yes, classic,
heard about this, she called Lucas complaining about how insulting it was for her daughter to be flying coach. Fisher happened to be in the room while Lucas was on the call. After a few minutes, she asked if she could talk to her mother. When Lucas handed her the phone, she simply said, "Mother, I want to fly coach. Will you fuck off?" and hung up.
I love her. I love that woman so much.
Now, I don't know if you guys knew this, but there's an actor in R2-D2.
Yes.
Okay, so British actor and comedian Kenny Baker, who portrayed R2-D2, but he moved around in the suit as the droid. Oftentimes, when the cast and crew broke for lunch, they would forget that he was inside the suit and they would leave him behind.
Aww.
Oh, no.
Poor Kenny.
Oh, he died in 2016.
Yeah, he did. I remember that. It was a sad day.
Now we've reached our final fact of the day. The great Peter Cushing, he found the boots that came with the costume extremely uncomfortable because they were too small for his feet. Thus, he only wore them in few shots where Tarkin's feet could actually be visible. In all other shots, Peter Cushing wore a pair of fuzzy carpet slippers.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh, I can picture that with the scene with him and Princess Leia. That's gonna make that scene so funny now.
Yes, when they blow up when they blow up Alderaan, he's wearing fuzzy slippers.
That's so great. I would not be able to take him seriously in that scene.
Very intimidating.
He's got like bunny slippers on.
Hell yeah, brother.
And those are all my facts for today.
Yay! Good job.
Thank you. There was many more. I would have been here for at least a good 2 hours just talking about facts.
Those were good. I liked those.
Thank you.
All right. Well, let's begin episode 4, guys. What is your overall opinion on this film?
Lou?
Only Lou.
Only Lou's reviews.
Only Lou's reviews. Ah, that's a good one.
What do you think?
Honestly, it was a weird transition watching the others and then going to this one and remembering like this was the first film that came out and also thinking like, wow, this is the first film my dad saw. This is what he was referring to when we watched Phantom Menace. Overall, I am very happy that this was like the intro to the franchise, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And also for Spielberg having the faith in Lucas's film.
Oh, yeah.
Good old Burger.
Good old Berg. If I had to give it a rating, I want to say it gets a 3.5.
Oh,
interesting.
I think it's there are some things in Empire Strikes Back that I think I like better. That's probably why I'm rating it lower than Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, that's fair.
You know what? No, I'm gonna change this to a 4, and we'll discuss the rest later. But yeah, overall, excellent film, excellent introduction to the franchise. Rest in peace, Alec Guinness, you asshole.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all I have to say right now.
Okay. Isaiah?
It's a great start. I think the fact that the movie was even made, given the hell that was the production, the faith that was not put in it, everything, like I think the fact that the movie was even made in general deserves kudos. And I give it a 5 out of 5.
Wow. Is that a first?
That is definitely a first.
On the podcast, yes.
That's Isaiah's first 5 out of 5. This is a momentous occasion.
I think it is a great opening to a series. I think it is a great, it starts all the iconic things that are going to be there, all the iconic characters, everything that it sets up everything beautifully. Yeah. There are a few things there, that you got to look past, but they're so small that it gets overshadowed by all the great things about it. So good movie. Love it.
Okay. Short and sweet. I like it. I think I also will give it I'm going to give it a 4.5 because I that was the episode 4 was the first episode I ever watched. My sister got me on to Star Wars, and I watched 4, 5, and 6 first, and then I watched the prequels. So I have a very sentimental value on the originals. I don't know why, but they just make me feel very like at home when I watch them, or like comfortable. Anyways, so yeah, I really think like Isaiah and Lewis kind of put it perfectly. You kind of, both of you said basically what I was going to say. I think despite all of the obstacles that they came and to face, and how they still managed to make one of the best-selling franchises of all time, it definitely deserves a higher rating. And I'm looking at it more so as like, if I grew up in that time and I watched that movie,
mind blown.
For the first time, along with everyone else that had never seen or heard of Star Wars, that would make it like the best movie of all time for me.
Imagine seeing it with James Cameron.
Steven Spielberg sitting next to me.
Holy shit, that's Mark Hamill.
Oh my God, that's Freddy Krueger.
Glenn Close, what are you doing?
Carrie Fisher, can I have your number?
Oh my goodness. She's like, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. I gotta go flight coach. So yeah, I definitely think 4.5. I'm not gonna give it a 5 just because I know what's to come next, and that's definitely gonna be higher ratings. So I give it a 4.5 because it's a little slow at first. That's the only thing. But I get it because they have to set it up. But that's really it. Okay, so what would you guys change if you could?
I don't know.
When I was born.
True. That's a good one. That's a good answer.
I would move in the scene where Luke is given the lightsaber. I would move it away from his eyeball so he didn't cut his face off open by accident.
Yes. I think I would. Think it's episode 4 where the stormtrooper hits his head on the gate.
Yes.
That is, yes.
I would actually, no, I like that. I would keep that in. I think I would.
There's literally not a lot to change about this.
There really is.
Yeah.
Even though I only gave it a 4, there was nothing I would change.
Yeah, I can't think of any. Wow. Riveting content. Okay, well. I mean, I guess that's a good thing that we don't want to change it. I think it's perfect the way it is. Good job, Georgie.
Good job, Georgie boy.
Do you guys have anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's good.
So basically, we are going to be starting a listeners episode where we will take your movie suggestions that you email us at silverscreensips@gmail.com, and we will pick 3 movies for the listeners episode, and we will discuss those movies. So whichever movies you guys want us to review or talk about, or you want answers to any questions about that movie, email them to us at silverscreensips@gmail.com. Don't send them through Instagram or anything like that. We probably won't see it, and it makes it a lot easier to just keep it all in one place. So please email us anything that you have in mind. We're going to try and do that as soon as we can. So try and send in any suggestions you have. The sooner the better. Also, get us to 100 followers so Lewis can get his tattoo done already, because I want this to happen soon.
Hell yeah,
We're halfway there. So let's get this done, guys. I believe in us. And on that note, thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you are listening on YouTube, feel free to leave a comment with any questions you want us to answer or anything film related. You can also email us, like I said, at silverscreensips@gmail.com with any movie suggestions and or questions, and you will be featured in the next episode like we did today with our good friend Eddie. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see when we post the next episode, which is every Monday morning. We are also now on Spotify, and we soon will be on iTunes. We'll post it on that one. So you can also be sure to give it a listen on there. And again, give us a rating on Spotify if you can. It's just a quick click of a button. and we would greatly appreciate it. It would help us a lot. Also, follow us on Instagram at Silver Screen Sips, where we post updates on the latest episodes and
some good old memes.
Good old memes, yeah. We will see you guys in the next episode, where we will dive into The Empire Strikes Back.
Signing off.
And that's a wrap. Cut.
Excelsior.
Toil, turble, trouble. What is it?
It's bubble, toil, and trouble.